Neil didn't believe in funerals. He believed that life was for the living. He didn't go to his mom's own funeral, so he wouldn't have endorsed this, shall we say? But you know, we're going to do it anyway because I think that funerals are for the living, and we need this. We need to get together and share and talk about what he meant to all of us. You know, and get it out of our systems. That's what you're supposed to do at a funeral, and Neil doesn't get to. He doesn't get away with it. You know, he's not going to be allowed to check out without us having a memorial service for him.
Marveling all afternoon. Being here is almost like looking at the history of Miami radio. But I also thought struck me, sitting here listening to the wonderful tributes, that the one person who wouldn't be here today, under any circumstances, I can almost hear him saying, I wouldn't be caught dead there.
And I think your presence here today is testimony to the truth that you saw through to Neil's core, that you took him in as you would a member of your own family, that you miss him because he enriched your life with humor and heart, and now I'm tempted to say go out and have a knish. Because as you leave here, remember that Neil would laugh at you for being here, for wasting your time listening to me, of all people. And he would probably say, besides, it's Friday, you bastards.
There are many reasons to give him credit for making people think in South Florida. And one of the things I also have to think we need to give him credit for is introducing Yiddish to, as I said in my obit, people who wouldn't know, you know, gefilte fish from garbanzo beans.
Neil God, he was a religion to a lot of people, a cult following, whatever you want to call it, way bigger than a cult following by definition of that, but certainly a cult. We have our own jargon. We speak in drops. We speak Yiddish. I know Yiddish more than any 10 other Jews, and I'm not one. Because of that, you can spot a Neely. You'll be at line in the supermarket, and somebody will say something about 30. We can spot each other whether you're wearing the T-shirt, fanny pack, or not. And nobody else had it. Neil would talk about, you know, Miami, we would talk about terrorism. What are the terrorists going to bomb? We don't have a monument. We had one. We had something that nobody else had. That was the one thing that nobody else had. And people would come in from out of town and notice that, and they would go back to their town and say, oh no, that Neil Rogers. You know, even Howard had to comment. People from out of town, they had to comment. That was Neil Rogers, a local phenomenon for no good reason, if you ask me.
It's important for me because for the last 20 years, I've listened to him both when I was vacationing here and then on the internet in New York, and then for the last 10 years living in Cocoa, Florida. He was something I had to do every day almost to listen to him, and what didn't come through today was his political views, which I happen to agree with, and the word wasn't used today, but he was an absolute critic of hypocrisy, especially among politicians, and he was just a very truth teller is what he was. He cut through the garbage and shined a lot of light on a lot of things that I care about.